Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman, yes, I am going to be wearing her armour for the entirety of this review to emphasise how much I love this movie. It's directed by Patty Jenkins and is the 4th DCEU movie and tells the story of Diana Prince / Wonder Woman who lives and has been raised on the Amazonian island of all women until one day she saves the life of World War I pilot Steve Trevor, who comes into her life and warns her and the Amazonians about World War I, so she believes it's her duty to travel with him to the human world and end the war. And her half-brother Ares may have something to do with it. Thus she becomes the hero we know her today, Wonder Woman. Now let me show you all my reaction when I saw that Wonder Woman got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, finally. Whoa! A DCEU movie is getting love instead of hate for a change, and I'm not dreaming, it's actually true. Now, Wonder Woman was my 3rd most anticipated movie of the year, and rightly so. I am one of the few that have been impressed by the DCEU's offerings so far. I am a great lover and defender of Man of Steel. I thought that was a near perfect start to the DCEU, and even though Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad had their problems, both of their scripts were a bit wonky, but I still don't think they deserved even half of the hate that they got. If you've seen my rant on Rotten Tomatoes giving Suicide Squad a 33%, you know how much of a DC fanboy I truly am, but I am very proud to say that Wonder Woman is definitely going to be the movie that changes the game for DC from here on and will finally end the hate for DC, because Wonder Woman is a superhero masterpiece. I absolutely loved it. It is a milestone achievement of a superhero film. I wasn't expecting it to love it as much as I did, despite my high expectations. I've got to say, this is my favourite movie of the year thus far. Patty Jenkins should be very proud. This is the first major superhero blockbuster to be directed by a woman and to also be led by a female superhero. And Patty Jenkins has now proven herself to be one of my top 10, if not top 5 favourite directors. She directed this movie absolutely amazingly. She clearly is a big fan of the character of Wonder Woman, and she just puts her heart and soul and passion into this project, and she should get a Best Director nomination. She is now ties with Catherine Bigelow as my favourite female director, and I hope this inspires more women to make movies, and because we don't just want all dudes to be making movies, we need a balance as well. And I hope this movie starts a chain of more female superheroes. When are we going to get a great Supergirl movie, a great Catwoman movie, or Black Widow movie? Fingers crossed they will all happen. And Gal Gadot absolutely deserves all the hype and praise she gets. She gives the best performance of the year as Diana Prince Wonder Woman. If she doesn't win Best Actress, I will be so disappointed. All of those who doubted her, I bet don't even want to admit that they didn't think she'd be a good Wonder Woman, because she is Wonder Woman in every single way. And Wonder Woman's not just portrayed as a all things perfect character. She's an incredibly relatable protagonist. It's her own story. We see her as a kid grow to an adult, and it's really her coming of age story. And coming of age stories are always my favourites on film. And she starts out very naive, very innocent, and she still has so much to learn about the world. So by the end, she's she's completely matures and a total fucking badass, which I appreciate the movie for doing. And Chris Pine makes for one of the best, secondary protagonists and love interest in a superhero movie. Yeah, he is truly fantastic, and it's a nice change that to see the female hero rescue the male love interest, and the idea of feminism is done just right here. Feminism is never shoved down your throats. Chris Pine is given an equal amount of important moments as Diana. You know, the movie's message is men and women are equal. We're all the same. There's no difference. And he's such an important figure in her life. He made her who she is, and really helps her find her place in the human world. And their romance is one of the most legitimately sweet, touching, and powerful romances I have ever seen portrayed in film. I totally brought their chemistry. It was so excellent. The romance went to levels where I was in floods of tears. Yeah, it's that good. Not only were the two leads extremely likable, but everyone gives a brilliant performance. I loved Diana's mother, the Queen of the Amazonians. She felt like a queen, and she only didn't allow Diana to do all these things because she loved Diana and cared about her. She was so precious to her. That is how you do a mother and daughter relationship. And I loved Diana's aunt as well, played by Robin Wright. She was a great inspiration for Diana's coming of age story, and as well as Chris Pine's secretary. She was so funny. Yeah, this wonderful script had great humour. The joke that probably made me laugh the most was the one from the trailer where his secretary explains that she does whatever Chris Pine tells her, and Diana's like, "Where I'm from, that's called slavery." Oh, that was just classic. That really landed. And yeah, this is the best script of a DC film since the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, it's an Oscar-worthy screenplay, and yeah, it's actually focused. There's no pointless setup for Justice League in this film, unlike in Batman vs Superman. The movie just focuses on Diana's story, which is what we were all hoping for. And the action is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. No other action scenes this year compare to the action in this film. Just the battle on the Amazonian island between the Amazonians and the Germans. That was epic, and a great way to inspire Diana to leave the island. When her island is attacked, she realises the urgency if she doesn't do anything about it. That's a great way of showing her character motives rather than telling. And in the second half of the movie, the moment when she steps out onto no man's land is one of the greatest superhero scenes, period. Just to see this badass, awesome woman step out onto the battlefield in a war fought almost entirely by men, and just see this woman just throwing down, kicking absolute arse, and just thrashing the Germans. It was a sight I will never forget, and to just see a woman fight in a superhero film, this is a new achievement in general. And Wonder Woman's not just invincible in the fights, because that would be a little boring. There's still danger. You still feel like she's in peril, and you still root for her to stay alive every second. And the slow motion actually never irritated me at all. It actually improved the action for me. It was as great as it was in 300. And also the magnificent score of this movie. Yeah, the soundtrack just made me cry when it needed to. And of course, Wonder Woman's just classic theme from Hans Zimmer. Da 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 da. Yeah, it's a soundtrack that you will remember for a very long time. You must be all thinking to yourselves, so Harry, if you love this movie so much, what would be your criticisms? I have no flaws with this movie, guys. You'll be very happy to know. I think it is perfect. I could not find a single flaw, no matter how hard I tried. I am so pleased to say this is DC's most perfect movie. I know people are still going to nitpick this film despite the rave reviews because they live by the philosophy no movie is perfect, but I think Wonder Woman is an example of a perfect movie. And I know you're going to say, but Harry, aren't the villains weak, and isn't the climax just the cliched CGI climax that we see in every other DC film? I don't get why people are complaining about the villains. I love them. I love the general, and the fact that he took as something that could make him a match for Wonder Woman, made him come across as a legitimate threat. And Dr. Poison, she was pretty darn creepy and intimidating, and just her weapons with the poisonous gas made her a force to be reckoned with. And of course the main villain Ares, who is saved till the end. Yeah, the epic final battle, it is absolutely jaw-dropping between Wonder Woman and Ares, and Ares is the complete opposite of Wonder Woman with his different ideologies about mankind, which helps it be a very emotional battle between the two of them, and it was done way better than the fight between Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman and Doomsday in Batman vs Superman. You care way more here. And I don't care that the movie does take its time and spends a bit of time on Wonder Woman's Amazonian island and her backstory, because we needed that. Without it, something would have been missing from her character arc and we wouldn't invested in her quite as much. And I found it really fascinating and incredible to just learn about Wonder Woman's past and origin story and her culture. And it was a beautiful island too. Yeah, this is without a doubt the best looking DC movie I have ever seen. Yeah, this is gonna do well in the technical categories at the Oscars. Yeah, even when this movie I think is perfect and there's nothing wrong with it and it has totally saved DC and given people hope for Justice League, people are still nitpicking, people are still complaining. I'm like, geez, guys, even when a DC film proves to be as incredible as this, is that still not good enough for you? All the female critics have been saying it's perfect, like Grace Randolph, Casey Wilson and Rachel Wang are all absolutely fall in love with this movie, and rightly so. Women should love it, and the male critics like Jeremy Jahns and Chris Stuckman surprisingly have been more critical. I am going to be the first male critic to admit that this movie is perfect, and also just wanted to add that there are a lot of death scenes in this movie. Characters do get killed off, so prepare for some emotional death scenes, and in the end, guys, Wonder Woman is everything I wanted it to be and more. It's the DC film we've all been waiting for and hoping for. It's the most heartfelt, has the most soul, and is the most epic of the DCEU films by far. The best DCEU film used to be Man of Steel, now it's Wonder Woman. This is easily the best superhero movie ever made since The Dark Knight Rises, and it's superior to all the MCU movies. It's even topped Logan as my favourite movie of the year. I give Wonder Woman 5 stars out of 5. Can Patty Jenkins please direct future DC movies and 2017 has been an awesome year for DC so far. Lego Batman movie and now Wonder Woman. I have faith in Justice League. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what do you think of Wonder Woman? Please comment, let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please follow me on Twitter and on Google+. And I'll see you next time when I do my Wonder Woman spoiler talk. I'll see you then. Bye, guys.